Welcome back to Pilates with Ang. Today's class is a 15-minute mobility and strength class focused on your full body and won't require any equipment other than your mat and yourself. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and let's begin. All right, everyone, let's start at the back edge of our mat. Let's bring the feet right underneath the sitting bones. Feel your abdominals drawing gently in and up. Ground the feet and think of reaching the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Now take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to slightly tuck your chin and start to roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time, folding forward towards the floor. Take a big breath into the ribs and breathe out, rolling up, stacking that spine right on top of the feet. Let's do it again. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, rolling forward. Think of peeling your spine off an imaginary wall. And at the bottom, just hang out there for a moment and then roll back up, getting taller each time you stack that spine. Let's do one more like this. Rolling forward, soft knees. Now hold here, draw your belly up, let your arms and your head hang heavy, and start to make little circles from the shoulder, thinking of swirling those arms around, letting gravity kind of help you out there, and then switch directions. This should feel really good, like a little massage for the shoulder joint. Now let's let our arms float back in front of us and stack the spine back up. Beautiful job. Now let's continue warming up our spine, hinging the hips back into a squat. Hands are going to go onto the thighs, and we're heading into a cat stretch. Drop your tail, round your spine, dropping the gaze, and then unravel, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Good, do it again. Think of an angry cat, drawing your abs in as you round, and then lifting the chest at the top for a little extension. One more time, round that spine and lift the chest. That should feel so good. Now let's roll all the way up. Take a big breath in as you stack. Take a big breath out as you drop the shoulders and come to meet me in the center of the mat with the legs about shoulder distance apart. We're heading into a squat, sinking down, rise up, lift the right arm overhead into a side bend. Now sink back down into your squat, and this time lift the left arm overhead into a side bend. Awesome. Keep going like that, taking your squats nice and slow and controlled, thinking about sitting the hips back and keeping the chest proud. Reaching the arm up, feeling that amazing stretch through the side body. You've got it. Nice job. Let's think about our breathing here. We'll inhale as we sink down, and we'll exhale as we rise up. And I've just turned to the side to show you that really nice squat form, keeping the chest nice and proud as you sink the hips back. Beautiful. All right, meet me in the center, bring your legs a little closer together, and let's find that hinge with the hands on the thighs. Right hand goes on the inside of the right leg, and now open your left arm to the sky and rotate the spine. Come back to center and reach the hand to the sky. Let your chest and your gaze go along for the ride. And notice you're straightening the leg that you're rotating towards. Beautiful. One more. Pressing the arm and the leg into each other, and that's going to help you get deeper into the twist. Now you're switching sides. Good. Breathing in to twist. Breathing out to come back to center. Two more here. Really pressing the leg and the arm into each other so you can get that big range of motion. Keep breathing. This should feel amazing. And then let's stand tall, rolling through the spine one vertebra at a time to get us there, and come to the back edge of your mat. Now we're rolling down one bone at a time, and this time we're going to walk out into a 4-point kneeling position. Once you're there, you can come to sit on your sitting bones with your legs out in front of you near the front edge of your mat. Your legs will be about hip distance apart, and we'll be moving into the half roll back. Let's place our hands behind our thighs. Think of getting really tall, crown of the head to the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, roll back into your C shape, and then stack the spine back up. And again, using the hands behind the thighs for some assistance here as you roll back and back up. I want you to think of pulling those glutes under you, pulling the hip bones up and dropping the ribs down to create that long C shape through the spine. And if it feels good for you, you can reach your arms out in front of you now, making this just a little bit more challenging for the abdominals. Now let's focus on our breathing. Exhale brings you back. Inhale stacks you up. Let's do it again. Exhale through your pursed lip. Feel how that helps your abdominals fire. Inhale helps you get nice and tall. Two more. Last one, and on this one, I want you to hold in center, bring your knuckles together, elbows wide, and let's twist it out. Think of rotating here from the belly button up, the thoracic spine, keeping your hips and your knees fairly still. Good job. Keep going. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. 2 more. Feel those obliques working. Amazing job. Come on up and scoot your bum forward so you have some space, and you're going to roll down 1 vertebra at a time to lay on your back. Now let's bring your feet just a little bit closer to your seat. Legs are still hip distance apart. Now let's think of having a neutral spine, heavy tail, and then curl the tailbone under and roll all the way up to your bridge, resting between the shoulder blades. And then you can melt that spine back down, release to your heavy tail at the bottom. Let's do it again. Roll up 1 vertebra at a time. At the top, feel the feet press into the mat. You have a long line from shoulders to knees, and your ribs are soft. Roll back down, and think of lengthening the tail away from you as you do that. Keep going at your own pace here. And on the next one, we're going to add in a little bit of arm movement. So the next time you get to the top, let's hold there. Think of reaching the knees away from you as you reach the fingertips back to the floor. Now keep the fingertips reaching away from you as you roll the spine back down to the mat and place your arms back down by your sides. Let's do it again. Roll up, reach the fingertips back, melt the spine down, and bring the arms by the sides. 2 more. Think of peeling the spine off the mat. Keep reaching the knees away from the fingertips. Melt the spine down from the upper, middle to lower back. This is your last one. Let's make it your best one. Breathe in. Breathe out to roll up. Breathe in and maybe stay there for a second, and then breathe out to roll back down. Lovely job. Didn't that feel so good? Now let's come to lie on one side with your bottom arm folded under your head. You could place a yoga block or a pillow under your head if that's more comfortable. You have a 3/4 bend in the knees, the shoulders and hips are stacked, the top side of your waist is nice and long, and the bottom side of your waist is lifted. Now let's lift the top leg up to hip height and do some rotating. You're going to bring the top knee down to touch the bottom knee, and then open the leg, touch the toes. So knee to knee, toe to toe. Here we're getting an internal rotation followed by an external rotation, and we're moving right from that hip joint. You should start to feel this being pretty spicy in your glutes pretty quickly, and you're thinking of keeping the hips stacked and the underside of your waist lifted. Good. 1 more time each way. Now let's bring the leg back up to hip height and reach the leg long. Flex your foot, reach long through the top side of your waist, and now bend the knee and stretch it long. So you're bending the knee, letting the foot come along for the ride, thinking of keeping your shin parallel with the front of the mat as the leg comes forward. And as the leg presses back, I want you to think of squeezing that glute. As you're moving here, I want you to keep the pelvis really quiet, so it's just the leg moving, and you're maintaining that same rib to hip distance the whole time. 2 more here. Inhale to bend, exhale to stretch. Last one. Reach that leg, feel that glute working, and bring the legs together. Now let's bring the top arm out in front of us on the mat and draw a big circle above the head, tracing the fingertips and letting the chest rotate to the ceiling, and then bring the hand back around to the front. Let's do that again. You're getting this nice rotation through your thoracic spine. It should feel really nice. If you can keep those fingertips on the floor the whole time, you're going to get a nice stretch through that top armpit as well. Good. Breathe in, rotate, and breathe out. Come right back. And from here, let's turn on to your tummy. Your legs are hip distance apart and your arms are in a W shape. You're going to lift your chest, gaze to the end of the mat, and lower back down. Push those hands into the mat, stabilize the shoulders as you lift and lower. So you're just extending the spine to rest on your bottom ribs, and the back of your neck stays nice and long. You can inhale to lift the chest and exhale to lower down. From here now, let's hover the arms off the mat. Reach the arms behind you nice and long, and then bring them back to your W. Keep going like that, feeling a little bit more work in the upper mid back. Make sure your legs are active here, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Good. 1 more time. Hold your arms in your W and pulse the chest up and down just an inch. We're not lifting too high. Your gaze is still straight down on your mat. Last one, lower down, hands under the shoulders, and push back to take a shell stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. And let's turn around and come on to your other side. We're going to repeat that side leg series, finding your 3/4 bend, and find that stacked position, long top side waist. Lift the top leg up and let's rotate. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Good. Really get that rotation at the hip. See if you can fight for that extra little bit without letting the top hip roll back, and keep a little lift in the underside waistline. Good. Keep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the glutes a little bit. I love that feeling. Now hold the leg up at hip height, reach it long, flex the foot. Awesome. Now let's inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, drive that heel away. Keep going like this. Just check in with your top shoulder. Make sure it's not hiked up to the ear. You're nice and relaxed. Your core is on, and your pelvis is nice and stable. Inhale to bend, exhale to stretch. You're doing so well. Now this is your second side, so you really got this down. You're feeling the length through the leg, and how that really helps your core to fire, and it helps you feel the glute a little bit more. Good. Reach and bring the knees together. And let's draw that rainbow above our head, rotating the spine and back. You can go a little slower than me here if you want to. You could hit pause and do a few extra. This is just such a nice feeling, this rotation of the spine. You get such a good stretch. Amazing. Last one. Big breath in and big breath out. All right, coming back onto the tummy, and let's sit back into a child's pose. Bring the hands about mat distance apart and reach the bum back to the feet. Get as long as you can here. And on your next exhale, we're going to ripple the spine forward. Drop the hips, lift the heart. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists in cobra. And then send the seat back to the feet. Let's do it again. Ripple forward. Drop the hips, open through the collarbones, lift the heart, and shift back. This is just such a beautiful stretch into cobra. It feels so nice. You're getting this nice opening through the front of the body. You can really connect with your breath here, inhaling all the way forward and exhaling all the way back to sit on the heels again. Didn't that feel great? From here, walk out to hands and knees, meeting me in a 4-point kneeling position. Tuck your toes, hover your knees off the mat, and lift your seat up and back into a downward facing dog. Let's start to pedal out our legs, feeling a nice stretch through the back of the legs, pressing out through the shoulders and reconnecting with our breath. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, hold the legs steady in your downward dog for just a moment. And now we're going to walk back, hands coming towards the feet, and scoop your belly and roll up one vertebra at a time, just like how we started class. Amazing job. Give the shoulders a little roll. Meet me in the center of the mat. And let's take a big breath in together. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up overhead, and bring the palms together and draw them down to your heart. You did so well today. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.